Hi, my name is Shanna. For those of you who have not seen my face yet or haven't watched any of our other videos. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about what Carmen and I do. And I know a lot of you guys look at health and fitness coach with maybe one set of eyes, that we're kind of hoping to shed a little bit of light onto some other aspects of coaching that you guys probably don't see. And the reason we're sharing this with you isn't to try and sell you on anything or anything like that. It really is just to share our hearts, because there are some of you that are watching this video that we really feel would be able to do what we do and maybe even do it better or shine in a different way. And so we're going to share just a little bit about our different experiences. And even if you're not interested in coaching, I just pray that you're blessed by what we have to share and what the Lord has done in it. For me, coaching has been two things, and it's been life-changing and it's been life-giving. And life-changing being that before I started coaching, I really wasn't that into exercise. I exercised when I felt like it, when I maybe got like a good push. When I got a gym membership, I would go for a little bit and then I would stop. I was very inconsistent. And I kind of watched my nutrition, but I didn't know a lot of what that looked like. I hadn't spent a lot of time researching it. And I cooked every single night at home, but what I made wasn't necessarily healthy all the time. It was just what we enjoyed eating, what we liked to eat. And for myself, it was when I started coaching, not when I started exercising or not when I started a program, because I did start a Beachbody program before I started coaching. But it wasn't until the day that I signed up to be a coach that my whole entire life changed. Since that day that I signed up on a whim just to get a discount, to be honest with you, I have become more consistent than I ever have in my entire life with my health, with my overall health, with my nutrition, with my fitness every day. And there's so many reasons for that. There really is. But coaching has given me the tools and the education and just the overall community and support that I've needed to be able to change my life. And so much so that my husband has actually talked to me, and he's asked me, there's been times where I question, like, should I keep doing this? And he's even told me, regardless of the amount of money that I'm bringing in, which is always a plus, you know, there's always money coming in and things like that. But regardless of what we're making through Beachbody, through coaching, he's asked me not to let it go, for the reason being that he's seen how much of a difference it's made in my life and my family's life, and also just those around us. I never really realized, I don't think until I started coaching, how much of an influence that we are on other people, especially with social media. The things that we post can either encourage and uplift people, or they can really be a downer and discourage people. And something that coaching has taught me is how to share and just be a positive influence in other people's lives. And that really is my heart. Just regardless of what I'm doing, is that I would just be able to uplift and encourage and come alongside people. And so it really has been an outlet for me to be able to do that. Also, I think that there's a big myth that coaches are fitness professionals. They start out as a fitness professional. They're a nutritionist or whatever. And you know what? When I started coaching, I was not, like I said, I wasn't consistent with exercise. I wasn't at my goal weight. You know what? I'm still maybe not at my goal. I'm a work in progress. And I think that that is something unique about Beachbody that is different than, you know, a trainer at the gym. You look at a trainer at the gym and you're like, oh, that's so unattainable. I'm never going to get that. But a lot of us, at least on our team, we're moms. We are, you know, people that struggle. Not all of us are moms, but a lot of us are people that struggle with the same issues. And Beachbody allows us to share and encourage and uplift each other and support each other with that mentality. We understand each other, and that's why we can relate with each other. And so you don't have to be at a goal weight. You don't have to be at a goal anything. Part of what has gotten me to attain my goals is coaching during the process. It really has allowed me to hit those goals. And I'm going to share something with you, just kind of on another side note, because appearance and weight and inches and all of these things, I don't share a lot about it. In fact, Carmen and I were talking. I had to go back and like search for some pictures because I don't share it enough. And although it's not the number one priority, and our mission as a team is not the number one priority, is to make sure everybody loses weight and looks better. It's really not. It's overall health and change from the inside out. But there is an organic thing that happens when you focus on these changes or you focus on this lifestyle, it just automatically happens. Like, yes, weight comes off, you get stronger, all these different things. So I'm going to share just like one picture with you guys, and excuse me because it is an old like challenge group invite from forever ago. But okay, so these are, I've been pregnant for a lot of my coaching career, you guys, like a lot of it. I have a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. And so the few years that I've been coaching, I've been pregnant for a lot of it. So these are 2 pregnancy pictures. The one on the left is before I started coaching. And I feel like I've always been quote unquote like healthy, but I was never, coaching. I wasn't consistent. So the one on the left, I was 4 months pregnant, right? That was before I started coaching and before I was really committed. The one on the right was with a pregnancy where I was coaching. My last one, I was 6.5 months pregnant. I was 2.5 months farther along in my pregnancy on the right than I was on the left. And you can see I did not gain as much weight, but that's not even the overall picture. I feel like just looking at this, it just reminds me of how tired I was. I'm sure Carmen can relate with this, how tired I was and how drained I was with all my pregnancies. But you guys, when I started coaching, I was around women all the time who were more active, who ate better, who had a more positive outlook on life, who prayed for me, these different things. And my overall demeanor, my energy level was higher. And you can see in just, gosh, the look on my face, the weight that I had, just how different the pregnancies were from each other. It's funny for me to actually look at that. But anyway, so that just kind of gives you a before and after picture, just some 2 different seasons of lives, before and after. But anyway, I'm going to let Carmen go ahead. I'm going to pass the torch over to her. She's been such a blessing. And although Carmen, she'll share with you, is one of my coaches, I feel like we've just been partnered on this journey just so intentionally. And we've been able to piggyback and lift each other up when each other has been down. And that's kind of another really awesome part of this little community that we have, is that you gain those relationships. And anyways, I can go on forever, but I'm going to pass over the torch to Carmen so she can share that.
Hi, ladies. So either you know me or you know Shanna. This was it again. God totally works Shanna and I, our minds, and we come together. It's really neat because she might bring up an idea, and either I've already been thinking about it and I was contemplating bringing it up to her, or vice versa. So God really has worked us. He has created this team that her and I are a part of. And he knows what he's doing. Imagine that. So I just want to take a moment and just share a little bit of backstory with my personal fitness testimony and coaching testimony. I was introduced to T25, a fitness program with Shaun T, and that was through one of the TV recordings. The infomercials, and you get this program and buy now and you get free shipping, that one of those types of things. And so my husband and I, we were introduced to that through the TV infomercial, and we purchased it, and then it sat on the shelf for a little bit of time. And then I was approached, I continued to see it. I said, oh my gosh, we spent money on this. It's definitely something that I should put to use. So I put it to use, and sometime in between doing the program, I actually miscarried. And so it's a very high intense program. And so it was really hard for me not to believe that, possibly the fitness, the high intensity program was possibly what caused for my miscarriage. Not that it could have been what I was eating or what, I was putting into my body as far as chemicals, but it had to be the program. And so I experienced, after that loss, I experienced postpartum depression. I experienced we experienced a lot of loss. We also had a niece that passed within a 6-week period of our child, our miscarriage. And so there was a lot of grief going on during that time. And so fitness and T25 was not something that I wanted to even entertain. And as I was healing through that process, before I knew it, it was we were approaching the 1-year anniversary of our loss. And I felt God prompting me to face my giant. T25 was my giant. And T25 is made up in 3 different series. There's what's called alpha and beta and then gamma. And alpha is 4 weeks, beta is 4 weeks, and gamma is 5 weeks. And so at the completion of each one of those, I shared it. I shared it on social media. Just completed 4 weeks. Oh my gosh, this thing's a beast, whatnot. And during that time, every single time I shared, or, you know, sometime in that time frame, I was being approached by different health and fitness coaches, all from Beachbody. And Shanna was one of them. Not in a, oh, you should coach or anything like that, but oh my gosh, you're just really impressive. I can't believe that you're doing it at home. Good job, whatnot. And it was just really encouraging to me. And so at the completion of the final program, which was Gamma at the 5-week period, it was around April of 2015, because we lost in 14. So it was in 2015, I got a message from Shanna. She's like, okay, I'm going to be super courageous here, and I really think you should entertain the idea of coaching. And the reason for it isn't because, you know, I want you to be on my team and I want to make money off of you or anything like that, but because I feel that you have something that the world needs to hear. And because you have a group of people that I don't have, that I'm not in touch with, that I am not friends with. And so think of all the lives that you could help influence, change in a good way. And so it really got my husband and I, you know, conversing and praying. And I was also approached by 2 other different coaches. And so they all have like an invite video type thing, something like what you guys are watching here. And there were 3 different perspectives on each one of them. And they were all different. One of them was money, 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 how much money you can make and how much money they're making. And the other one was very, I don't even know how her cleavage was hanging out. And so it didn't make me feel comfortable to share with my husband, which I wanted him to be a part of this decision-making process. But I'm like, can you just not watch her face and listen to what she has to say? That's hard. That's hard. I mean, eventually we might become Facebook friends. Let's just say I signed up with her. Like, he's going to see these posts. That's kind of awkward. And then there was Shanna and the group that she was inviting me to. And he sat and he watched the invite with me. And it was so freeing and so aligned in all of the different ways of what we believe in, faith-based, and how we spend our money, and the income, and what you do with what you earn, and how you can use it to further serving and helping others. And it was just, it was perfectly molded for our family and for our life. And so I have definitely tried some home-based businesses, and my husband was not open to me trying another one. But then after he saw my commitment to T25 and to helping others, because it was definitely a heart, he knows my heart is to serve and help others. He definitely was okay with me choosing to become a health and fitness coach. And so I then signed up under Shanna, and it has been the most amazing experience that I could ever, I mean, you as a challenger, you have experienced, whether it be a year with me or with Shanna, or whether it be 3 weeks or 2 weeks with us, you have seen change. Imagine what you could see from the inside out, you know, from our perspective. If you have seen the change that you have seen, imagine being part of other people's lives and being able to rejoice and celebrate some of the things that we get to celebrate. It's life-changing and it's life-giving. And we have been challenged through trainings and through our coaches and each other fellow coaches to personally develop in the area of our faith and in the area of our marriage and our parenting and emotionally and physically. You know, it's not just the health and fitness side of things. It's so much more. And so we want that for you. And there are some of you that are doing what we do. And, you know, you could do this. So I just want to empower you, and I want to take a moment to just kind of share some before and after pictures that I have. And I do want to also share one last thing. Almost a year ago, I was my husband and I were faced with a huge marital emergency. And it was like our marital rock bottom, if you will. And with the information and the trials that we were faced from as a spouse, and some of the information that I received, it definitely put me in a place of, I was very emotionally distraught, and I was very angry, and I was very hurt with what happened in our marriage. And I will say that God has used Beachbody as a vessel and as a tool. And because I was personally developing in all of the areas that I mentioned, I was able to forgive my husband and live a life that God wants us to live. And it's just been so amazing. And so I just wanted to share that with you. So I want to share some before and after pictures. Hey. I'm going to do the screen share thing. And let's see here. Uh-oh, it's sharing my desktop here. Let's try it in a different way. I'm sorry, I had the pictures up, but now I'm not. Sorry for all the busyness here. Okay, so let me just share with you. This is my picture. Shanna, can you give me a yes if you could see this? Okay, cool. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I thought I was going to be able to share with you without seeing everything else. Here we go. Okay, so this is a before and after. This is actually a few weeks ago, or maybe even 2 weeks ago, at the beginning of this particular group. And the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is my physical rock bottom, and that was October of 2012. I was 40 pounds over my weight, my desired weight. So I'll just rewind here and show you this picture. This is a picture to show you, I was the same weight, actually. This picture on the left was March of 2009, and then the one on the right was earlier this in 2000, or the mid 2016. So I did this picture to show you could be the same weight, and it could look different. And then this picture shares a 1 year difference wearing the same piece of clothing. I was 40 weeks pregnant, and then after 1 year postpartum. And then this one shows it's a 2 year difference about before coaching and then after coaching. And then this is a 1 year difference of or maybe it's like a 6 month difference of after I had my baby, who's now 1. So I just wanted to, I just wanted to share those pictures and just kind of show that, we all have a testimony and we all have something to share, and my network of friends is not the same as yours. And so, becoming a coach, deciding to become a health and fitness coach, it doesn't have to be about you. It could be about others, and it could be something that other person needs. We don't need, like Shanna said, we don't need professionals. We need real, and we need relatability. And I believe that that's what we have to offer. And so we'd like to invite you to kind of watch a sneak peek, join us for a sneak peek, and hear about other coaches like ourselves and our testimonies, and kind of what Beachbody can bring to your life. And so we hope that you'd like to join us, and we can give you more information if you would like. So we will leave you, and hopefully we didn't take too much of your time, and thank you so much for watching us.